was one time, or maybe more than one time, that you said that deductions are really hard to create and make. So I was wondering, you said that, but what are your deductions about the Brazilian fans? In particular, fangirls, Brazilian fangirls.
Sério.
Oh. That's my major deduction. What can I deduce? So interesting. Right. I think that lady over there is a Doctor Who fan. One of the fez and the braces. I don't know what it is. It's years and years of deductive reasoning. I think I'm going to take a punt. Everyone's a little bit tired, slightly hysterical, in need of a large glass of wine. Elementary. What's that for?
Eu vou fazer em português porque eu tô muito nervosa pra falar inglês, pra dizer bem a verdade.
I didn't catch that. Marvelous, good. Jeff's turn.
Em Doctor Who, a gente tem muitos episódios, é claro, na Europa e nos Estados Unidos. Eu queria saber que, como roteirista, nunca teve curiosidade de escrever um episódio ou na Ásia, ou na América do Sul, em algum lugar diferente. Porque a gente sente... Brasil! É claro. Porque a gente sente que o Doctor, ele não é só da Inglaterra, apesar de ser da Inglaterra. Então, como se tornou uma coisa mundial, a gente também quer fazer parte da história do Doctor. Entendeu? A gente quer fazer parte disso, então...
Chega, como concordo.
Sim. Yes, very much. Do you need to translate back? Who's translating back? Very much. Doctor Who has done stories set abroad. The trouble always is how much it costs. There have been Doctor Who stories set in Aztec Mexico, the American Wild West, Paris, Spain, New York, and sometimes there has actually been foreign filming. The problem is trying to actually make it worthwhile it's very expensive. But I do think, I personally think that it's really good to broaden the palette. One of the stories I did last year, The Crimson Horror, is set in the north of England. Now, actually, that's not even going very far, but most Doctor Who stories tend to be not the north of England, they tend to be down the south. And I thought it really gave a very distinctive flavour to it because it was just somewhere different. So I think if it's possible to work out the budget, then it would be brilliant. What would probably inevitably happen though is it would still be a very small, isolated thing. I was just thinking the other day how great it would be to do one in India. But you couldn't do a huge Indian location shoot, but you could set it in a sort of fort at the Indian Raj and an alien, that sort of thing. But it just kind of gives it a flavour, so I think you did right.
Make it real, please.
It's not real. It's obsessed with it.
Hey, here. Can you see me?
Oi!
Wait.
That's my favourite thing. I've learned that. I love it. It's so rude. Oi!
My question is about, we're having a great time with thriller and crime shows. Like Breaking Bad, we have the recent success. We have True Detective that ended last summer. And we have Sherlock. I would like to know what are the biggest challenges to keep writing for something that gets even bigger and bigger without losing the audience and the good stories. Because we have, I don't know, the stories are good, the shows keep every... the stories are good, the shows too, and I don't know how to keep good stories for the public.
Well, we're very lucky because Arthur Conan Doyle was a genius. So the foundation of our series is brilliant writing. But the important thing is to just keep going along our own furrow. You know, it's not to be aware of thinking this is getting bigger and bigger each time, because I think if you think like that, you go mad, and also you probably start to make it too big or too sort of bombastic. We made a conscious decision with the third series to make the first two stories quite a lot lighter, because episode 3 is very, very dark, and it's about actual character development. You know, Sherlock Holmes can't be the same person every single year. He has to change, just as he did in the original stories. He becomes more human, never quite like us. He does become more human, and Dr. Watson becomes he gets his spirit of adventure back. Equally, you can't keep having Dr. Watson being astonished by Sherlock's deductions, because he gets used to them. So you need new people to kind of come along and be amazed. So the whole thing has to broaden out and develop, and that's what we're trying. That's all we're trying to do is to keep it broadening and developing.
Thank you.
Okay. I think I say for everyone, we love you. You're writing, you're acting. So I'm a writer too, and I love the way you write. So what do you prefer? Acting, writing, or directing?
Going on holiday.
That's not an option.
Well, I've always written and acted, and I like the variety. I've just finished a play in London. I've been doing that for 3.5 months, and thank you. And it, you know, thank you. So it's nice having done that every evening for 3.5 months to be here doing something different. So it's variety is the spice of life, as they say. But I would love to do some more directing. Actually, I really enjoyed that. Who's got the microphone? Hello.
Sorry, my English is very bad and speak in Portuguese. A gente sabe que você e o Moffat falaram que o Moran não ia aparecer na 3ª temporada. Eu e acho que alguns fãs queriam saber se o Sebastian Moran vai aparecer na 4ª temporada, se há uma chance sim ou não, ou talvez.
É o namorado da Mori.
Well, I'm so intrigued about this, because, in case you don't know, Sebastian Moran is the baddie in The Empty House, the story which The Empty Hearse is slightly based on. But for some reason he's become extremely important to people. I don't understand. We deliberately didn't do it because, I mean, the man who's behind the bomb plot is called Lord Moran, as a little nod to it. But the thing is, and I think Conan Doyle himself would acknowledge this, Moriarty's number 2 is just not as good as Moriarty. So if you were to have a villain who is deliberately not as good as your last one, then you're not starting out in a very interesting place. And having Moriarty's henchman, it was just like, well, what do we get from that, really? I mean, I don't rule out the possibility of using the idea of the character, but we did that quite deliberately because it just wasn't really the right place to go. But you know, there are lots of other buddies that nobody else talks about. I don't know why Sebastian Moran has become so important to everyone. But we'll see. Who knows?
Thanks.
Hi. There was a rumor around the internet that said that...
An internet rumor? It must be true. Incredible. What is it?
That there might be a possibility of a participation of Tom Hiddleston in Sherlock. And also that we might have a third Holmes brother. You heard about that?
Well, that's in the series.
Yeah. That's gonna happen.
Or something else.
Yeah, something else.
mean, is Tom Hiddleston going to play a third home? Well, I'll ask him if you like.
We'd like to see that.
Well, it's an internet rumour, so it must be true. I might as well just wait and see what happens, I suppose. Well, Tom would be wonderful in Sherlock, I'm sure.
Yeah!
He only does movies now, what can I say? Ah, Tom, everybody. What?
So, my question. Hi Mark, I'm Georgia, and I have 2 questions, I'm sorry. First, only one, okay. I want to know where in London or another place of Great Britain that you shoot Sherlock, but you didn't do this already.
Where would we like to shoot Sherlock?
Yeah.
Warm places. Rio! Rio by the CO. I don't know. We've had a lot of great times in London. I mean, we mostly make it in Cardiff, and then we go to London for a little bit. And there are obviously some fantastic locations we've already used. I don't know, maybe St Paul's Cathedral. That's a fantastic place, I love that. It's hard to get permits for these. It's very difficult and expensive to film in London. I don't know, interesting. Big Ben, all the landmarks really. Careful.
They are falling for me.
So I would like to know if Harry Watson will be in the series in the future or anything like that.
Harry Watson's Dr. Watson's drunken sister. She is. Well, we did have this problem with the wedding, in that obviously, technically, there should have been quite a few parents and things there, but we hadn't cast anybody. And we've often talked about Harry Watson as a very interesting character to have, but we knew. So I deliberately put in the line that she hadn't turned up because we couldn't cast someone on the basis of just putting her in the back of the wedding. But I think we'd certainly think about that, yes, because it's an interesting place to go. And the idea of John having a sort of rather, I think she and Sherlock would probably get on quite well.
We have time for one last question.
Oh, the night is young and I'm not.
So, hi.
Hello.
I wanted to know if you, not only you, but the cast and the other writers and directors, do you read our fanfics?
Isso fica no fandom, porra! Caralho, cara! Isso fica no fandom!
So disgusted with the idea as well. I'm afraid not. We are obviously aware, usually because I get about 150 filthy pictures every day of what's going on out there. But we don't read them.
Don't you ever go in the Tumblr?
We're actually too busy to read our own things, never mind anybody else's.
I'm gonna take Mark and he's gonna start signing autographs for you.
Oh, yeah.
We will have to do this very organized. We will take you by groups of 10 outsiders starting by the back.
And shoot you.
In the meantime, we will leave you with an adventure in space.